Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another Options and Play video update. First off, want to say thanks to those of you that stuck around for yesterday's option session. I always really enjoy the times we get together, and I mean we talk about so much, covered so much yesterday. And if you weren't able to make it, definitely check it out. The recording's up on the T3 YouTube page under the Options to Play coaching tab. And if you have any questions about some of the things we touched on, let me know. Send me a message, okay? Um, we didn't talk about Tesla yesterday, but I am talking about it today because it's up a lot, but it's also it also falls into like one of like the categories of like the type of event trades we look for, which is a ramp into the report. For Tesla, it's not an earnings report; it's a delivery report, meaning the company is scheduled to have deliveries at the beginning of April, right? So this is like an idea that really started to come together recently. Because for me, like I start to pay attention to stocks. Usually, like the window for me is about like a week ahead of the event. In this case, because it's Tesla, I was looking about 2 weeks out just because of like the overall technical setup, right? So here is like the thinking behind the trade. Very clearly, Tesla has been in a downtrend since the start of this year, right? Nobody's going to argue that. Uh, just walking steadily lower, and really since the middle of February, this pink line, which you can see working this way lower, is a 20-day simple moving average. So that was really like the key line in the sand that marked the downtrend since the middle of February. So that was like the focus price for me, which would really start to signal that the break of the downtrend is taking shape, right? The trade began to set up. This was last Wednesday. This was the actual Fed day. So you can see that on a very strong finish. It ended above the 20-day moving average, and that was kind of like the sign, like okay, it's time to start paying attention, time to maybe take a shot because you get the first close above the 20-day, which coincided with the indices, the Qs, the spiders closing above their 20-day, and now as you look out, right? You got the Tesla deliveries beginning of April. They give deliveries the start of the quarter, and as we get closer to April, it's going to start to play into people's thinking around Tesla more and more closely, right? Because last quarter, right? This was the day. This was the first session of January. It's also they gave deliveries that Sunday, so the stock was up massive after very strong deliveries. And what you'll notice is, right, the week and a half before, what did Tesla do? It went on a massive run into deliveries. So you had people positioning for the deliveries at the end of December into January, and then you had a very strong January delivery number, right? Now you got a stock which is shaping up for a breakout. It starts to take off. Now it's fallen into the pattern of sharp run ahead of deliveries, right? And if the deliveries are good or better than expected, maybe it's got more upside in, right? So these are things that kind of like, like the trade was set up last week first as a technical, but then the reason behind it is technical, but also looking down the road on the calendar and saying, okay, deliveries are coming up. Last quarter, it rallied into deliveries and it had a great delivery number. So as people start to realize the calendar is coming up to April, they're going to start thinking about deliveries. You have a stock that's coming off a great delivery number, breaking out of a downtrend, and things just fell into place after that, right? So sometimes, you got to think like 2 weeks out, right? Or earnings season for me, it's like a week out, but sometimes it's 2 weeks out because people, like they don't start to focus on things until like closer to the date. But a lot of times movement happens before the date. In this case, it's deliveries. A lot of times it's earnings, right? So if you can kind of game plan a little ahead, sometimes you can catch moves like this where stocks really go on like these crazy runs, or maybe it's like the opposite, maybe because of a crazy drop, right? And it's just some of the positioning that's taking place ahead of deliveries, and now after the run, we'll see how deliveries go, or I mean we might have to wait until deliveries, but we'll see how they go, and then maybe there's still more upside because technically it's above the 100-day now, and when you can see the chart, there really isn't a whole lot above the 100-day. It definitely opens up. So interesting. Um, but I wanted to walk through that. It's definitely something we were talking about on the VTF most of today and definitely yesterday as well. So it was a focus for a lot of people, and I wanted to walk through like the thinking behind it, and hopefully this helps. Okay. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events with options, please follow up the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.